into the fire. Don't be scared of the flame. You are searching for a little spark to guide your way. Someday you will find your way back to the haven. Hold on, keep walking steady through the cold of November. I see the dawn breaking in, don't lose your center. Someday you'll be living in a brighter chapter. Brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. I can't deny this life is still a riddle to me. One night I'm lost, the next I find a clearer melody. I realize the highs and lows will move like the tide, and through the storm I feel my soul alive. Someday you will find your way back to the haven. Hold on, keep walking steady through the cold of November. I see the dawn breaking in, don't lose your center. Someday you'll be living in a brighter chapter. Brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. It always feels the same, even though we try to shift the frame. Still I'm praying we'll find a brighter way. And just so you know, I won't let go. I'll walk beside you through it all. No matter how deep the night may fall, I'll be the one who answers your call. I promise you, I'll catch the fall. Whenever you stumble, I'll take it all. And when the silence starts to crawl, I promise you, I'll catch the fall.
Morning. Good morning once again. I'm Gambo. It's not loud enough. Does people have food in their mouth? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We need a festival energy in the room. Thank you so much for finding time to join us. And so the usual long stories that I give you, I'll not give you today. But my name is Davis Adiano, and I'm privileged this morning to be hosting and moderating the session. So karibu sana, and we'll start with the national anthem, and then we can kick off the program from there. Thank you. Let's all be upstanding for the national anthem. There was excellent music before this. I hope the national anthem actually gets Let's be seated. Now I'd like to invite our high table to the front, the representative of the PS, DG Massini, Jenna Slotin from the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, the interim CEO, Brigadier Hilary Kipkosgei, the Director General of the Kenya Space Agency, Director General McDonald Obudo, the DG of the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and Tapiwa from UNFPA. Karibu sana to the front, please. Ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way to the front, welcome to the breakfast inaugurating the National Planning Committee of the 2026 Global Data Festival. Yeah, welcome to the breakfast inaugurating the National Planning Committee of the 2026 Global Data for Development Festival, which Kenya has the privilege on behalf of the continent to be hosting. The last Data Festival was held in Punta del Este in November 2023. Punta del Este is in Uruguay. Some of you are there. And as a country, Kenya competed with a number of other countries and won fair and square the bid to host the next one, which will be hosted jointly by the government of Kenya and co-organized by the Kenya Space Agency, the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and many other partners who you'll see in this room today. We are going to kick off straight away with the remarks from the representatives of the institutions that will be actively championing the organization and also working together to make the Data Festival truly a global event of choice for the many years to come. Karibuni sana. We really appreciate you finding time to join us. And at this point, I'd like to welcome Jenna Slotin, the interim CEO of the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, to make her opening remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Davis. Excellencies, to the representative of the Permanent Secretary of Planning, Director Generals from KMBS and KSA, Tapiwa from UNFPA, and all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a true pleasure to be here today. How fitting is it that we launch the National Planning Committee for the Global Data Festival on this year's Africa Statistics Day? Today reminds us of a simple truth. Without strong data and without KMBS and Kenya's whole national data ecosystem, our path to resilience is incomplete. Whether we're planning credible climate action, safeguarding food security, or shaping safe and inclusive governance of AI, it all begins with trustworthy, timely, and interoperable data. Let me start by extending our warm thanks to the Government of Kenya for hosting the Data Festival. This event will be a truly global stage where actually two important events are coming together: the Global Data Festival and the Kenya Space Expo and Conference. I want to start by acknowledging the leadership of the National Planning Committee co-chairs. Ambassador Philip Tigo, Kenya's Special Envoy on Technology, whose leadership continues to put Kenya at the forefront of global digital diplomacy. Brigadier Hilary Kipchoge, Director General of the Kenya Space Agency, and KSA as our co-organizer, helping us bring together the worlds of space intelligence, data, and technology to spark global conversations on what are truly shared challenges. And of course, Dr. MacDonald Obudo, Director General of KMBS, a truly trusted and long-standing partner of the Global Partnership. So why does it matter that these joint events will take place here in Kenya? From the earliest tools shaped along the Turkana Basin to today's Silicon Savannah, Kenya has always been a place where ideas become instruments that can transform lives. With one of Africa's most vibrant innovation ecosystems, Kenya is emerging as a global leader in human-centered technologies and data-driven solutions. Nairobi is far more than a venue for our joint event. It is the ideal place to lead a global conversation on how data and inclusive governance can shape fairer, more resilient future that is both globally connected and uniquely Kenyan. We are living in a moment where the pace of climate shocks, disease risks, food insecurity, and technological disruption is accelerating. The real test before us is not ambition. That we have in spades. It's execution at scale, supported by governance frameworks that ensure data, AI, and space technologies work for people and not against them. That's why partnerships across sectors, borders, and contexts are no longer optional. They are essential. The festival is designed to lead with action by forging partnerships around practical data solutions for climate, health, food security, and AI, by advancing inclusive governance for data, AI, and emerging technologies, by driving investment in sustainable development data and space systems, and by celebrating countries and institutions that are harnessing the power of data to deliver real-world impact. By bringing these communities together, the festival gives us a unique opportunity to connect the right people, to turn shared urgency into action, and to build coalitions that will last. This will be a distinctive, action-focused milestone in June 2026 that will complement other major global events such as the UN World Data Forum. I'd like to take a few moments to share a little bit about the partnership architecture for holding the festival. First, the National Planning Committee, which we're launching today in Kenya. This is the festival's engine room here in the country. It is a cross-government, multi-stakeholder body ensuring the festival is grounded in Kenyan priorities and Kenyan leadership. We will also assemble an international steering committee, which will be composed of around 20 peers that will help shape the program rooted in the festival's core principles of equity, inclusion, collaboration, and real-world impact. And from our side, at the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, we will connect Kenya's leadership to a network of more than 700 global partners from across 50 countries, bringing global lessons from our work in climate, agriculture, health, and AI. To give you a sense of what lies ahead, I'm delighted to share a short video from our last Global Data Festival in Uruguay. So we are looking forward to seeing you all for an even more dynamic event in June next year. So to close, I'd like to say to the members of the National Planning Committee that much groundwork has already been laid to reach this point we're at today, and now we begin the journey of bringing the festival to life. I encourage each of you to be champions within your own institutions, bringing ideas, commitments, and solutions into the planning process and even to the event itself. And to our wider partners, investors, and the media, this is Kenya's story, a story of leadership in shaping global inclusive rules and real solutions for data systems that underpin action in climate, health, food security, and AI. Together, we have an opportunity to show the world what it looks like when data, innovation, and partnership come together to build a future that works for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jenna. And as you saw in the video, the bar is already set. But how many of us agree that Kenya can throw a better bash? I'm watching you. Yes, so we are excited and look forward to a really exciting 2026. At this point, I'd like to invite Tapiwa to make very brief remarks on the role of UNFPA, but generally what you see as the opportunity that the Global Data Festival presents for the UN system and other related agencies. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. I'm Tapiwa Jamba, a program advisor with UNFPA. I'm part of the headquarters team that is now based here in Nairobi. I'm here to represent my branch chief, Priscilla Idele, who who unfortunately is not able to join us today, and so sends her apologies. I will just have a very brief remarks to make on behalf of UNFPA. At UNFPA, we believe in counting everybody because everybody counts. And data is the center of what we do. We know that data is at the core of development. Without data, we have no compass to guide development. As one of the core leads of the Power of Data Initiative, a global initiative aimed at harnessing the power of data, we are delighted that Kenya is one of the front runners to embrace the initiative. We see the Data Festival as a major opportunity for Kenya to cement and sharpen its commitments under the Power of Data Initiative. The festival will offer opportunities to learn from what is happening everywhere else. But we also know that there's a lot that is happening on the data front right here in Kenya. So it's also an opportunity to share what Kenya is doing and what Kenya has done well with the rest of the world. We are happy to work with the National Organizing Committee and all the other committees or any other committee where we can contribute, because we want to see this data festival being the best so far. So on that, I would just like to wish the Kenya government, the entire planning committee, and the nation of Kenya as a whole a very successful data festival. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tapiwa, and we welcome UNFPA to Nairobi. And it will be an exciting opportunity, really, as you rightfully say, to showcase a lot of what is happening, but also create the links between what's happening at the global level and at the national level. At this point, I'd like to welcome Brigadier Kip Kosgei to make his remarks. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Davis. The representative of the Principal Secretary, State Department for Economic Planning, the DG Economic Planning, Dr. Jared Ichorwa, the Director General of the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, Dr. MacDonald Obuodo, the CEO of Global Partnerships for Sustainable Development Data, Ms. Jenna Slotin, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yeah, it gives me great pleasure to join you this morning at the inauguration of the National Planning Committee of the Global Data Festival 2026. And as a member of that National Planning Committee, I'm happy to join you at this inauguration meeting. As a head of the Kenya Space Agency, we are delighted to partner with GPSDD for hosting the Global Data Festival next year. We have had two events, the Kenya Space Expo and Conference, two previous editions, and next year's edition will be the third edition. The Kenya Space Agency is established to promote, to coordinate, and to regulate space-related activities, and at the core of our mandate is development of our national space capability, as well as enhancing utilization of space technologies and space-derived data for decision support across a wide range of socioeconomic activities. And of course, as you all know, space, the main infrastructure that is out in space is satellites. And we are about satellites at the Kenya Space Agency. And so why would we be concerned with this particular activity, the Global Data Festival? We know that satellites generate enormous amounts of data. We know satellites not only generate those amounts of data, they also take a lot of measurements about things that are happening around Earth, and we're able to make better decisions because of that data. These data give us endless insights about the past. They help us to monitor the current trends. They also help us to make predictions about the future. And satellites are not just about data generation. They also provide data transportation, as you probably know, because satellites enable us to have broadband connectivity to the last mile. And now with integration of machine learning, AI, and other technologies, satellites have even gone a step further, and they have now become a means of data processing and analytics by themselves. And so that's why we feel, as Kenya Space community, that we are part and parcel of the data community. And so we are very excited as KSA to partner in this conversation on how we can leverage data to power resilience, innovation, and partnership. Keywords which we also in the space ecosystem relate to. So if you're talking about resilience, we know that space supports community resilience through long-term environmental monitoring and prediction, including early warning. It also enables us to do the entire disaster management cycle. So whether it's prevention, preparedness, response, and recovery. If you're talking innovation, space is an arena of, a lot of innovation taking place, right from the challenge that that particular environment presents and how we try to make things possible in that tough environment. And so we have seen serious innovations that are actually find applications here on Earth. Things like improved water filters, GPS, scratch-resistant glasses, remote sensing, communication, and energy. This is courtesy of space. And we also see from that enormous amounts of data that we generate from satellites, opportunities for more innovation on how we can come up with decision support products to enable us in our socioeconomic activities. If you're talking partnership, again, space missions, as you all know, are very complex. They are very expensive. You cannot do it alone. So it requires enormous resources and expertise. And so what a perfect platform also to support issues around partnerships, because you cannot go it alone. And so we feel that the theme speaks to what we do in the space ecosystem or what we relate with in the space ecosystem. And so as an effort towards awareness of the utility and benefits of space technologies or space science and technologies in the improvement of our societal well-being, we will be hosting the 3rd edition of the Kenya Space Expo and Conference. We did the last edition right here in this very premises. And we are very happy that this time round it will be a bigger festival. I wish Jenna would have whispered to me earlier that I needed also to show a short video of how KSEC ran last year, but I'm sure in the course of the coming meetings you'll be able to get a sneak preview. Of course, the object has always been to demonstrate use cases to provide value proposition for investments in space technologies and exploitation of space-derived data. So we feel part and parcel, as I've said, of the Global Data Festival, and conversations around data cannot exist without, data from space. And so we feel that if we didn't have KSEC in this global data festival, it would not have been complete. We undertake to play our part and make our contribution in ensuring that we have a successful Global Data Festival and the Kenya Space Expo and Conference 2026. Thank you all for your partnership, and we look forward to a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brig, and it's been a wonderful journey. The synergy between the Global Data Festival and the Kenya Space Expo and Conference, and the fact that you immediately saw the opportunity, not just for the country, but the global geospatial community, because that marriage needs to be formalized and strengthened, even within that community, especially when it comes to the application of satellite imagery for different use cases. If your media team is in the room, maybe they could send the video clip towards the end. We could show it, just to give everybody a flavor. Now, those two big events will be coming together to provide what is going to be a premium global data event for Kenya and the rest of the world. So I'd like to invite DG McDonald Obudo to make his remarks. And he's going immediately after to invite Dr. Jared Ichora Masina to make his remarks. Thank you.
Yeah, to our representative of the PS, Dr. Jared Masini Chwara, to the interim CEO of the GPSDD, Jenna Slotin, the CEO of the Kenya Space Agency, Brigadier Hilary Kipkosgei, the representative of the UNFPA, my friend Mr. Jamba. I have board members here of KNBS. I'm able to see Julius Chokera, who is coming from the UN Resident Coordinator's office. I'm able to see, in fact, I can't forget about Davis Adieno, much as is the MC for the day, looking at how far we have come and where we are today, seeing Karen at the back from GPSDD2, seemingly getting surprised while mentioning her name. Seeing my colleague directors from Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and there are a number of them. My parent ministry has a team, also represented by Bwana Wangwe here, Festus. And I can also see the representation from the county government. I'm able to see a number of partners, especially the non-state actors, quite a number of them in the room. All the colleagues in this room, good morning. I hope you are well. Now, I'll just say a few words, but I would start from the point of appreciating the fact that we are here today to start in a serious way the process of hosting the event for next year, and that is the Global Data for Development Festival, which in short we call Data Fest. I'm saying so looking at where we started from. As David said at the beginning, Kenya is one of the countries that bidded for, to host the event. And I think we were number 2 when the team came to evaluate our strength to host this event as a country. So among the countries that were bidding for it, we were number 2 to be evaluated. And as they were doing that, they visited a number of institutions, Kenya National Bureau of Statistics being one of them. And at that time, the team told us that they have listened to us, they have heard us, they are moving to other institutions, including the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. My remark at the end of our presentation was that just move on. You've come from Botswana, you are in Kenya, moving to Ghana, but as you go to Ghana, get to understand that you have gotten the country that is hosting the next event. I was very bold about that, much as they had not gone to Ghana, and I know in Africa, Ghana is another strong country when it comes to statistics. But I was not bothered about that. To us, we were to be the host. And it is confirmed actually today that we are the host. Thank you. Now, we made an attempt very frantic efforts also to host the UN World Data Forum. And we were bidding for it amongst a number of countries. So we wanted to combine this and the World Data Forum. Those are the two key global statistical events that you'll get happening consistently. We missed it slightly to Saudi Arabia. And just after missing it, then Kenya was appointed to be a member of the high-level group for partnership, coordination, and capacity building, which is a UN wing that is also responsible for determination of where the UN World Data Forum is to be conducted, among other statistical activities that we are involved in. And then interestingly, so of course, when we were bidding, we were at the mercy of the members of that high-level group of partnership, coordination, and capacity building. Now, after that, after Kenya losing it to be a number 2 to Saudi Arabia, then Kenya is given a slot to be a member among the 5 African countries. We are 22 members. And then the next thing was to have Obudu being a co-chair. So Kenya is a co-chair alongside Albania. So we are now going to determine who is going to host the next one. And indeed, last week I was in Saudi Arabia co-chairing the event, looking at what Saudi Arabia, the level of preparation for Saudi Arabia when it comes to the next year's event. And I can confirm to you that on that they are way ahead. They are doing very well. They are doing it in November next year, but they have also done a lot of groundwork. So I was a bit shaky when I was there because ours is June next year, but you have not gone to that level. Theirs is November next year, and they have done much. Now, I've mentioned that one just to get comfort from the fact that today we are launching our National Planning Committee for the event, in which case we are now moving closer to making a reality this event. And the standard has been set. So to me, that is the pass mark. Could we go way beyond the pass mark? Do we have the capacity? Colleagues, do we have the capacity? You know, don't think there would be other groups coming on board to help us organize for this event. We are the people. Are we together? We are the people that should make the difference. So we need to go beyond what was done in UK, in Bristol, which was the first one for the Data Fest, and the next one that you are told happened in Uruguay, 2023. This is the third one. So we cannot afford to go lower than what has been done previously. And I'm happy that we are here to start that journey or to witness how that journey is starting. A lot of statistics is produced. But then the concern is how well do we utilize it? So we need to promote the use of statistics. Many changes are occurring, and majorly due to the advancement of technology. When I see you last time in our last census, which was digital, we went beyond what we had done previously and ensured that our cartographic work was actually digital something that went very well, and we generated a lot of information. And so we have a lot of geospatial information. But where we need to go to requires the involvement of many partners. I'm very sure that we did not work with you that time. But here you are, with good technology, coming together. I learned of the Kenya Space Agency when you hosted the first expo at Sarit Center. And I noted the many good things that were happening. And I also noted that there are countries that are also advanced in that area of geospatial technology. And these are the things that we are now trying to put together as we prepare for the next census. And so this event, this kind of collaboration, is also helping us to get to a better way of conducting our census. And there's no single doubt that census undertaking is the most important statistical activity in a country, because that's what forms the basis of every statistical information that is generated, whichever way you look at it, be it administrative data, be it surveys, or any other mini censuses. That's what it is all about. And so the event is also going to help us get ready for that. And there are many other things that would come, the good things that will come with this. So as I conclude celebrating the Africa Statistics Day, and so this is a day that every country in Africa is actually celebrating the Statistics Day. So we have started with the inauguration of the National Planning Committee for the Data Fest 2026, after which we roll over to activities that are helping us celebrate the African Statistics Day. After that, we then roll over to the National Statistical Conference, which then will continue to tomorrow. And so we have 3 activities in one, and I'm very happy that we are here as a team to go through that. So at this moment, you know, I've not done salutation for my boss. The chairman of the board is here. Chairman, I salute you. Dr. Daniel Amanja is the chair of the board. Of course, he has Mr. Molu Tepu, who is a board member. We are expecting more to come. So at this point, for the purposes of this event, which have made clear that they are 3 in 1, it is now my honor and pleasure to invite Dr. Jared Masini Ichwara, who has been a long-time colleague and friend, and representing the PS, Dr. Boniface Makoha, whom until this morning was meant to come here, but some other engagement came up, and so he's not with us, but we have the able representation courtesy of my friend. Welcome, Daktari, and share with us your remarks. Karibu.
Thank you very much, Dr. McDonald Obuto, CEO KNBS, CEO Kenya Space Agency, Brigadier Hilary Kipkoskei, CEO the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development, Data, Ms. Karen Bett, the representative of Global Partnership for Sustainable Development, Data, Kenya office, KNBS Board of Directors led by Chair Dr. Amanja, UNFPA representative, Dr. Priscilla Deda, represented by Mr. Chomba. UN residence coordinator represented by Julius Jokera. Our esteemed development partners, members of the diplomatic corps, senior government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard, my name is Masini Chwara, the DG Economic Planning. This morning, I'm representing my PS who got another urgent call this morning, but he will be with us in the next session of celebrating the Statistical Day. You allow me, because sometimes before I read these remarks, to take pride that as DG Obudo said, we are colleagues. Our journey started many years ago because we joined government the same day. Of course, I also need to recognize my colleagues, Director Msebwa, Afusebwa, Nderitu, Mushiri, Samoye, and so many, of course, who we joined the same day, and of course, the superb job that they're doing at the KNBS. During our time when I was there, we used to celebrate the Statistical Day. I think it had just being started marked, and we will not be more than maybe 10 people in our room. But I'm happy that this day is becoming a national event. Of course, this morning we are we have two meetings today, I think, at the same following each other. The festival, the Global Data Festival that will be happening next year, is really key because it will really showcase Kenya as a country. Again, Nairobi, I think DG Obudo, you didn't say that. That is the only city in the world that we have a national park behind us. And again, when the visitors will be coming, please let's, because I think the question was, will we be able to host better than it was done? And I think the answer is yes, isn't it? Because we will have to, again, go to our national park, and then they can see the match called Kenya. I take pride in that, and as a country, we always want to be the best. We have always been the best because the first tools were carved in Turkana, Kenya, isn't it? Now we are talking about the Silicon Savannah, where ideas are turned into instruments that transform lives. So we need to move in that direction, and we need always to be the leader. Of course, when we lost to Saudi Arabia, I think Director Obudo, DG Obudo is really working hard so that we can host the best in the world. So with those ones, and of course taking pride that I also recognize KNBS for the wonderful work that you are doing, then you can allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to read the remarks from the PS. So these are remarks by the Principal Secretary, State Department for Economic Planning, during the breakfast meeting to inaugurate the National Planning Committee for the 2026 Global Data Festival that will be held next year. Good morning. Good morning. Seems you've not taken tea, or the breakfast was not served. Was it served? And why are you not happy? Good morning. Yeah, it gives me great pleasure to join you this morning as we inaugurate the National Planning Committee for the 2026 Global Data Festival. This moment marks an important milestone for our country as we continue to take our rightful place as global leaders in data, innovation, and human-centered technology. We are and continue to be a land of inventiveness, where ideas are transformed into instruments that change lives. This is embedded in our national story, and it continues to guide our ambitions as a nation. Next year, in June 2026, Nairobi will once again be at the center of global attention as we host the Global Data Festival under the theme Powering Resilience, Innovation, and Partnership Through Data. The government of Kenya takes pride in co-hosting the global gathering together with the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data and the Kenya Space Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a unique moment, a moment that combines complexity with opportunity. Frequent climate shocks, food insecurity, and disaster risks are deepening. Health threats continue to persist, piling pressure on our economies. Technology, on the other hand, especially AI, is advancing faster than regulations, institutions, and societies can fully respond. Indeed, it's not a shortage of ideas that challenge us. Rather, it's the execution at scale, guided by values, protected by strong governance, and supported by systems that last. This is precisely why the Global Data Festival comes at the right time. It brings together decision makers, technologists, investors, community leaders, and innovators to align priorities, mobilize resources, and deploy data, AI, and space technologies where they can deliver the greatest impact for our people and for the planet. As a government, we remain fully committed to making this festival a turning point for the world. Through this event, we want to drive investment into sustainable data and space systems that support development and resilience, advance inclusive and ethical data governance that is rooted in integrity, accountability, and equity, showcase practical solutions from AI tools to citizen-generated data that strengthen climate action, food security, and public health. Foster partnerships that cut across government, grassroots communities, the private sector, academia, and development partners, and build the skills and capacities needed, especially among our youth, to thrive in a fast digitizing world. Ladies and gentlemen, these priorities align with the government's commitment to evidence-based planning, digital transformation, and inclusive growth. They also reflect the core mandate of the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics to strengthen and modernize our national data ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, today we officially inaugurated the National Planning Committee for the 2026 Global Data Festival. Maybe at this juncture, we can maybe ask them to stand wherever they are so that we can see them, and then we would, as we continue. The committee members, wherever you are. So can we clap for them? Okay, you can get seated, but we'll call you to come over so that we continue with the journey. This committee brings together expertise and leadership from across government, the private sector, development partners, research institutions, and civil society. It is our whole of government ecosystem approach that fully align to our captain's, His Excellency President William Ruto, clear and call of leaving no one behind. which is also the same for the SDGs. Your mandate as a planning committee is simple but ambitious to ensure that Kenya delivers a one-of-a-kind global masterpiece that will elevate the nation to its anchor state status in data management. My State Department assures you of my support through strategic guidance, coordination, and policy alignment necessary to make this festival a national success. As we begin this journey, let us draw inspiration from our own history. It's in Kenya, where humanity first learned to make tools. We now gather to shape technologies that safeguard our collective future. Whereas our ancestors innovated for survival, we now innovate for resilience, prosperity, and sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, may I take this opportunity to thank all our partners, the Global Partnership, the Kenya Space Agency, the Office of the Special Envoy of Technology, and our international friends for their partnership and commitment in this endeavor and in other development initiatives in the data space. I further thank my great team at the KNBS, led by the chair, for championing this process and fostering enhanced data management in Kenya. It's now my singular honor and privilege to declare the National Planning Committee for the 2026 Global Data Festive inaugurated. Asanteni sana. So we can maybe have the team coming over so that we can shake hands and take pictures with the team, and then we can continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bwana DG. We truly appreciate the collaboration with the State Department and look forward to even greater collaboration. Just to mention that the representatives you'll be seeing here are part of a bigger group that has civil society, has private sector, academia, and practically all the data communities are being represented in the National Planning Committee. We do have apologies from some of them who couldn't make it. And we also have apologies from the Office of the Special Envoy on Technology, Ambassador Philip Thigo, who couldn't join us today, and many other partners. And at this point, I would like to invite the National Planning Committee members to come to the front. Photographer, where would you prefer we do this? Should it be down here? All right, so I'll ask my dignitaries to step down. And also to mention, after the photo session, you are required in the holding room, just briefly. You want to do it on the stage? All right. We need a strong man to help this gentleman take this thing down. So do you prefer on the stage, right? Yeah, so let's have the dignitaries first, and then we'll have members of the National Planning Committee join the stage. A round of applause as we have members of the National Planning Committee come forward. Please step up courageously. You'll take a photo with them. And for those who don't know, this is actually going to be the venue of the Data Festival, so no getting lost. I heard some people went in different directions. This is a dry run for the festival, so this will be the venue. Let's have all the members here. Let's try and balance. Photographer, you need to come and organize, otherwise I shall not be held responsible for bad photos, right? Yeah, we should be seeing some smiles. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to washangilie wachangamke. The destiny of the festival is in the hands of these representatives. Yeah, even better. Yeah. So thank you so much. And just to mention, as the DG said, we do have other events. So immediately after this, we'll be making a transition to the next room where we'll begin the statistical conference for this year. As you heard, this is the Africa Statistics Day. And there's a lot happening to celebrate the power of data and statistics. And we look forward to having all of you. Now we're going to have closing remarks from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and we'll formally close this session. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience, and we look forward to having you today and tomorrow as we go through the rest of Africa Statistics Week. Thank you so much. My name is Davis Adieno. It's been a pleasure to host this breakfast. Closing remarks from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And before DG you make the closing remarks, just to appreciate the team that did all the hard work to get us here. We have Sarah Omache, Eva. Please stand up so we can appreciate you. The Global Partnership team for all the amazing work. Please stand up. I know the representatives here and the team, so people know who you are. The Global Partnership team. Fantastic. Thank you so much for all the amazing coordination. The Kenya Space Agency team, I know you're all here, for all the hard work. I know the DG said that Saudi Arabia is ahead of us. There's a lot of groundwork that has gone into preparing the data festival. So we are not starting today. We started a couple of months ago, just to clarify. And so, yeah, the team from the Kenya Space Agency just stand up. So, because you've been hard at work with everybody else. Fantastic. And over to you, Manadiji. If I haven't mentioned you, just know I truly appreciate you. And we look forward to even more hard work with you.
Thank you so much again for the chance. And colleagues, I'm standing up not because I was meant to do the closing remarks, but I didn't see anybody stepping up from the Bureau to do it. So then I'm just taking responsibility. Okay. Yeah, so just right at what Davis has mentioned about our level of preparedness. Yes, I can confirm we are not starting today. My only problem is that I panic very fast. Yeah, when I was told that those guys have already paid the venue for November next year, and it is confirmed, and it is a Hilton, yeah, in Riyadh, then I started panicking. So I panic very easily. That's my problem. But in terms of doing and preparing for this event, this is not the first time that the National Planning Committee is meeting. We have had 2 meetings before. And as he has said, a lot of groundwork has been done, even at the level of partners. So there is much that has been going on. And so we are comfortable that everything is going to be very okay. Now, for this, as I mentioned, we have 3 events. I would really like to appreciate you for taking your time coming here early so that we could start off together, witness the inauguration of the committee, so that when we are generating ideas, you now know the committee members whom you could approach as individuals, as institutions, and as you've been told, there are those members who are not here today, and we expect them to be with us in the coming days. And so it's a large team, a good team, but I appreciate you for being here. We are now transiting to the other event. Could you just confirm that the other event is here and is continuing here? I'm being told it is somewhere else. That's why I'm saying that I was just stepping in. Director Ben, can you come over? Because you seem to be having a lot of information. No, I think this guy simply wanted me to struggle. So I've struggled enough, just come. So Director Ben is the director in charge of statistical coordination and methods. Is fully part of this, the organization of the whole thing, alongside the other directors. But when it comes to the conference, he's really been fully in charge from the bureau side. So now that you're pointing this side, I could not tell the team by pointing that way without a name, so maybe you could guide us on that. Karibu sana, my friend.
Thank you, DG. I want to thank all of you who have come here today, right from the representative of the PS, Dr. Ichwara, our friend, as he said, our board chair and board members, our partner, GPSDD, Gina Slotin. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to host this event in 2026. Our development partners and of course the civil society who have also held our hands to ensure that we won this bid. It was a collective bid that was led by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for us to reach here. And that is the effort of having one government. I think that is a very important aspect. This year, we decided to have a national statistical conference to have those three events that DG talked about. The first one was this one, where we wanted to start the celebrations because we know we'll celebrate the Data Festival next year. So this is the beginning of the celebrations, and that's why we began with the breakfast. Thank you very much. The next event, which is the African Statistical Day celebrations, is happening. Next room, we'll go through this door and take the next room. We'll be there. Already you are seeing a glimpse of what was happening by, you are hearing the voice of choir, KNBS choir. So they will welcome us there. So we are all welcome to join that and continue the celebrations. We are indeed in a celebration mood, and that's why we have the festival and the African Day celebrations all together in the whole theme of having the National Statistical Conference. So I will welcome you all there. We want to have engagement where we have to discuss the advocacy and engagement in data and statistics. Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can proceed.
In line with this year's space event, Space Technology for Societal Benefits, it's my hope that the discussion and the exhibition will indeed demonstrate the use of space science, technology and application in improvement of the quality of life and enable socio-economic development.
My presence here and the commitment that my colleague support the space technology environment in this country is a demonstration of the national government's commitment to support this space and to make sure that space science and technology becomes real in terms of impact that brings lasting change to the populations of this country and even enhancing our GDP, reducing the poverty levels of our populations. And it is a commitment that we are very unequivocal about as members of Cabinet.
For us, the theme that you've chosen for your expo this year resonates loud and clear. The underlying philosophy of India's space sector has principally been how do we utilize advanced technologies for the real problems that we face in our society, that people face.
Kenya still remains the best location for launch pads. I'll repeat, the best location for launch pads. The math has been done. At the equator, easterly facing, easterly spinning, and I think the PS had mentioned that in the video. And so beyond simply the activities that we do, we need to step up on the plate and start to lead in the space economy, because we are hands down the cheapest so far, but also because of our green energy, because of our supply chain diversification, because of our innovativeness, and because of the industry that is thriving in this country.
Let us continue these conversations that we have started here and engagements that we have involved ourselves in here so that we can build capacity through this synergy.
It is our hope that KSEC 2024 will realize a better understanding and appreciation of the utility and benefits of exploitation and exploration of outer space opportunities for Kenya's socio-economic development, as well as providing a platform for interaction, exchange of ideas, and networking. The conference will serve to elevate national conversation on why space matters.
On behalf and on behalf of people of Vihiga, to most sincerely thank the Kenya Space Agency for having this expo and exhibition. This is the second time and I'm happy I'm attending again. This is a very good forum for us as Kenyans and other partners from other countries to be able to exchange ideas and views on how to use Earth observation and geospatial technologies in our development agenda.
And I think space technologies have the ability to reduce the risk of the hit and miss. Many of our people go through every morning from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. looking for markets. And I think the more people understand this, the more I think you will find a lot of private sector actors coming forward to help entrench space technology.
So through our partner, Kenya Space Agency, as an implementing agency for the intergovernmental agreement, we have a very good activity together. We received from Kenya Space Agency the key priorities for Kenya. And together, we are implementing step by step in different space science. We are concentrating now on infrastructure and capacity buildings, directly from Italy and also at international level. We already did in the past. This year we are doing 3 capacity courses and we are programming next year. We have also an infrastructure that will help Kenyan to build their own capacity and to be independent.
I want to commend the KSA
in particular for the outreaches and the capacity development initiatives that they have, engaging young people in schools and colleges. I saw very nice products out there from our young people from JKUAT. So I want to commend you. I want to encourage everyone here to invest in the young people.
And the reason why we thought those conversations are important is it presents us with an opportunity for the stakeholders to be able to share what they are doing, also give ideas to the stakeholders on the potential of utilizing that technology for their own applications. Again, given that you're coming from different government institutions.
For space, as a person from the arts, I'm not a STEM person, I'm a lawyer. I think it's very important for us to build capacity all around. Space is an interdisciplinary field, and I think that for me it's all about capacity, knowledge, and access to that knowledge. And my saying is haba na haba ujaza kibaba. So little by little, we get there.
Space for Women project is a capacity building initiative by the United Nations Office Outer Space Affairs that aims to encourage women and girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that is STEM education, and raise awareness about career opportunities in the space sector.
The whole idea was to bring space closer to the common Mwananchi and making it more relatable. I want to believe that to a very good extent, these objectives were met.